Hello there, just in the bedroom, not the shed, because it's a bit too precious for the shed. I have finally got a new head. Hopefully you can't hear any music, otherwise YouTube won't play this. New head there for my record player. It is a German Awia direct drive automatic return. I got it for $3 from the tip. It's a very high quality thing. Well, I thought it was a cheap bargain, and it turns out the new head and cassette and caboodle of one of those, the new head stuff for a DJ one, which is all you can find, is $140, so it's not quite as cheap as I thought it would be. But nonetheless, I now have a very good quality turntable, much better than the old Pioneer one that I retired. Yeah, it's a bit, the heads for it's over there, but it's not, or Kenwood, there it is. I added the light in and the on-off switch over there. Don't zoom in camera, I don't know if you can see it. There's just there, the on-off switch years ago. It's an old washing machine. The light is here, I tore apart years ago. But that's alright, so that's going to go to my girlfriend Steph's house. She wants a vinyl to listen to some of the stuff on. Florence and the Sheen on there, but I'm not going to play it because YouTube gets rather narky. Now, this doesn't, oh, it comes up perfectly on the camera actually. This here is how you know it's in time. This one being a high quality one, it's got speed adjust for 33 1/3 RPM, it says 33 but that's what it is, and 45 RPM. So those that don't know, they are 45s, much, you can see my finger there, much smaller than the big 33s. But so I've been on a trip to Melbourne and spent what was left of my money on that today. Now I'm back home. It's all working on my tip found record player. I had to repair the lifter there. I'll just finally adjust it now. Got it all fixed up there. Get all the weight right for anti-skating and the rear balance. That's that back ball over there. Terrible light. Hang on, it's better. That rear balance ball there, so that doesn't dive down too much or lifts up when I want it to. But yes, I've got it all dialed in now, as you can see, because all these tracks here, that top one for 33 RPM, and your speed adjusted fine tuned here, it's just a button to select between 33 and 45 of course, here, and you've got to have that top line almost standing still. 45, it's a different line. I think it's that second one from the bottom. It's spinning backwards. I think that's the one you got to have for 45. I can't remember now. But I know the top one has to be straight for 32, 33. So there we are. Plays well. Lid on it. So $3. Nice Awia thing in my cupboard. I made it at high school. There's the CD player that sits in there. I got a 6-stacker here from the op shop, but it doesn't fit in the Pioneer 6-stacker. In the cassette type CD ones where you take out the cassette and stack 6 CDs in there. But it doesn't fit in the case, and I've decided, well, what's the point of a 6-stacker CD player? I don't really listen to CDs. I listen to my iPod, which the connection is for it in behind there somewhere, can't see in there. A myrtle case I made for it. I have an Akai, so I've got a 2-set CD player fit in there, and eventually when I move out of home I'll probably put it in the lounge room, so it'll sit there for DVD player in there. Hopefully it'll be silver to match. Doesn't stay in there very well. I've got to move that back out the front, this thing. There's an equaliser and amplifier I got. I got a tape player of this set given to me back in high school, but was going to go to the tip, and I said, oh, what's happened with that? So I got that. So I got a stereo receiver, obviously amp as well. If I could play music, I'd show you actually how loud it goes. It's fucking loud. But I suppose I can put Triple J on. YouTube shouldn't mind about that because it's community radio.
They're pretty.
Bit of a shit music on Triple J, which is nothing unusual this time of night, but there you are. Stereo amplifier got for nothing, along with the equaliser which runs the CD player, which is there. 6-stacker one, but that's going to Dad and Karen, and I'm taking my 2-stacker one back, which fits in there for now. Because, yeah, well, I don't listen to many CDs. I've got more records than CDs. You can tell it's a new Florence and the Machine one playing. I've got a few other new ones here. What have we got? The old Florence Machine one there. Got the Goitier one for my birthday. It's one of 1,000. Got the Yes. A few more modern records. A bit hipster of me, I know, but nonetheless, I still think records sound much better than digital CD. Oh, and I got a set of Piney speakers from the tip years ago to run it. So, homemade cabinet, free amplifier and equaliser. I think the CD player I got for I paid $20 from the neighbour for, and a $3 record player with a $140 new cassette and needle. So we'll see if we can project it. Should lift up and go back. I had to repair that lifter. It was broken. That there, she didn't work anymore. It's still turned off now, but look at the bearings in it. I've re-oiled them, so she spins beautifully long now. So I'll slow down the finger. Get off there. There. The rubber mat off. Now I had a lot of questions, and I get asked to fix these every now and then as they're starting to break down. A lot of them are 30, 40 years old. So any good? Well, that one I'll show you too, the belt drive. This one's a much higher quality thing if I can get it off. It's a bit hard to get off. There we are, left-handed. That's your motor in there, directly drive onto the shaft, which this is the flywheel for it. I'm not going to pull apart any further because it doesn't need to be. That's the motor in there. Big. Probably, yeah, it would nearly come out to this. Oh, what's my camera blurring? There it is. This lip here. So it's quite a large motor. Geared quite down, so it never really will burn out. Now, Mum's Akai one, which I also fixed up, doesn't have as big direct drive motor as this. I'm assuming since they're German, they've overdone it quite spectacularly. And there's just your voltage selector to show. Go AC 240 volt. Why is this so blurry for? 240 volt there. Little switch it, camera if it clears up. Oh, hang on, must have some crap on front of the screen lens. There we are, that's better. Yeah, there's a voltage selector there. So both voltages in the world, 110, 240. About the only voltages you'll ever see. That goes back on there. So that's one of the main differences you get with your record players. Is one's a direct drive, and they're usually the higher quality ones are. Direct drive, such as a German or high quality Japanese one. Well, the Japanese one, I think Techniques is what a lot of DJs still use, and that's basically this hasn't changed since the 70s. Whereas this one, head's next to it, that one over there, because I did use the head on it. Oh, the heads are another significant quality. Is heads can change. This one is actually changeable, but it's not as high quality as that record player. This one here, or turntable as they're called nowadays. These ones have a much smaller motor over here, and this belt which is stretched on this one. I have to get a new one before I give it to Steph. You can see it's had burnout there. No elasticity in it whatsoever now. But it runs off that motor there, which is, you can easily see the edge of the motor. Very small compared to this one, and it runs a belt around this ridge on here. that belt, and that just sits on the pivot and spins. So it doesn't have as much lay as this, and there's the speed selector. There's no fine tuner on this one as well. Another thing, this has got anti-shock, which is good, unlike that one over there on the top of it. But at the same time though, if you bump any records around that much, you probably shouldn't have records. So anyway, it's over 10 minutes to me being on the stereo. Oh yeah, and I have that too. So if there's any phone fans watching, get jealous, because she still works too. I had it redone in the kitchen for a while. Mum wasn't very impressed when she put 50 cents in for a phone call. Got a stand for it out the shed. I think you've seen in the video, so I've got to bounce on the stand eventually. But that's it. So anyway, that's how you repair a record player basically. Or well, in a sense. Anyway, see you later.